Radio Now 100.9, Indy's new music leader.
Fire!
And home of the Joe and Alex Show.
Welcome to the Joe and Alex Show. My name is Joe Pesh.
I'm Alex.
I'm Liv.
And I'm producer Porkchop.
All right, you guys know that food's one of my favorite things, so I figured we could kick off the show this week and talk about food, but also in general unpopular opinions. My unpopular opinion involving food is pizza. Alex, hold on. We'll get to your pizza phobia in just 1 second. But I really, truly think that pineapple is amazing on pizza.
See, I love pizza, and I think it's really good, too. It's not like my first pick and my favorite pick, but what my problem is with your unpopular opinion is that I don't feel like that's an unpopular opinion anymore.
Oh, yes, it is. You know how much crap I get from people that, like, ugh, gross, what are you doing with pineapple on pizza? Because that's how you talk, by the way, when you say pizza does not deserve to have pineapple on it. That's how you sound.
No offense, Joe, but you know how I worked at a pizza place for 5 years? I would say it's like 50-50, you know? 50% of people get pineapple on their pizza, the other 50% don't.
So you're saying it's normal?
Yeah, I'm saying it's normal. It's not an unpopular opinion,
Can we also
man.
point out that this guy right here broke into a pizza place that will not be named and illegally made pizza at 5 in the morning?
I was a manager there at one point, and they paid me low, so I felt like it was owed to me.
Okay.
I don't even eat pizza, so.
Well, you don't like cheese.
I know. That's a real unpopular opinion. I don't like cheese. But actually, my unpopular opinion is I don't really like Beyonce. Like, I do, but I don't. I don't think she's the greatest of all time.
What?
Yeah.
How do you not like Beyonce? She is like the greatest.
No, I think what she means is that, yes, if a Beyonce jam is going to come on, she's going to bop to it. She's going to jam to it. She'll dance. She likes it. But everything that is Beyonce and that people are obsessed with, she's not into. Like,
yeah, I don't get it.
The Beehive takes it way too far. They literally think she is a god.
100%.
Okay, hello, Swiftie, calling the kettle black over here, because this girl loves her some Tay-Tay.
I know, but I think she thinks that she's better than Beyonce.
Well, she writes her own songs. Beyonce doesn't write any of her own music.
And the only album she did that on, it flopped. So.
Wow, we got some haters in the building. Okay.
All right, my unpopular opinion is that I absolutely hate LeBron James, and I think LeBron James sucks. So,
What?
Wow.
I do.
Hot take.
Wow,
Why
okay.
do you think he sucks?
Yeah, why is he so bad?
He is just the absolute worst. He is exhausting. He is so self-absorbed, and he tries to act like he's this almighty good person, and he is so self-absorbed. He is not a good team player. Like, he's just absolutely awful.
You're just saying all of this because this is the first year in how many years since 2005 that he hasn't made the playoffs?
No, absolutely not. I will tell you that he is self-absorbed. He is not a team player. All of this, even years ago. Absolutely.
So what about all his points scored, all his rebounds, all his assists?
Bro, I'm not debating that he isn't an incredible athlete. I'm debating that he is not a team player. He is not a good role model.
I love when
Any of
these two
that.
talk sports. Me and Alex like,
I don't like LeBron James.
hold on. We got Luke on the phone. Hey, Luke, you're on the Joe and Alex show. What did you want to say about
Hey,
this?
Joe, it's Luke. And I just had a quick question for Liv. What do you mean by LeBron's not a team player?
Are you joking? He's not a team player. If you look at how he has been with the Lakers all season long, all he has done is throw them under the bus. If they have a bad game, after the game, in his interviews, he will blame it all on them. He takes no irresponsibility. One thing that he has said is that they need to be preparing for this all year round, not just when you're on the basketball court, not just in practice. In your whole aspect, your life needs to be consumed of this. Okay, so what about you filming Space Jam 2? And what about you filming all your barbershop episodes? And what about you sitting in the studio with Kendrick Lamar drinking wine all the time? He drinks wine on the sidelines, people.
What's wrong with drinking a little bit of wine? I drank like a bottle before we taped this.
He's not preparing it. He's not taking it seriously. He tried to get rid of all of his Laker players so that Anthony Davis from the Pelicans could come to the Lakers. They ended up saying no. So now he's on a team with people that he admittedly tried to trade, and they all hate him.
Did you know I went to school with Karl Anthony Towns?
Who?
That is actually the dopest thing about you.
All right. Hold on. Jennifer's on the Joe and Alex show. What's your unpopular opinion?
It is my unpopular opinion that women belong in the household, cooking, cleaning, taking care of their family.
I agree. I think there's a valuable role to be had for women that do prefer to be homemakers and stay-at-home moms.
If they prefer that, but I don't think that they have to be. I think that a man or a woman are just as good in that position. And if they're in this situation where they want to be home takers and they want to be stay-at-home moms, more power to them. But I don't think that means that like that's what they're meant for, and they're better at men than doing that. Like, no.
Well, I don't know. I think my wife would argue like she doesn't want to be a stay-at-home mom that has to do that like as if that's her quote-unquote role. But I guarantee she's a hell of a lot better than I am. Listen,
yeah, I think women are naturally, some things come better to them just like some things come better to men naturally more than women.
All right, cool. Well, you know what? I feel like Liv's a little triggered right now. I don't know. I can't tell. But let's check out this week's Triggered with Alex.
Warning, you're about to be triggered.
So the department store Bloomingdale's had a shirt for sale that said fake news on it. One butthurt blue checkmark on Twitter posted a picture of the shirt on a mannequin and tagged Bloomingdale's saying, "Hey Bloomingdale's, this isn't funny or fashionable. It further delegitimizes hardworking journalists who bring real news to their communities." Bloomingdale's responded to the backlash by saying, "Thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we apologize for any offense we may have caused. We take this feedback very seriously and are working quickly to remove this t-shirt. Again, thank you for taking the time to alert us." I was up all night sorting through all of my thoughts on this, and I think I have finally settled on a thoughtful yet honest response to how Bloomingdale's handled this asinine situation.
All right, that was Triggered right there with Alex. Always getting the popular opinion out there, whether
That's
people
right.
like it or not. Take it. Hey, coming up next, we got an awesome performance from Austin Brown. Don't go anywhere. We're the Joe and Alex Show.
Be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers.
Dude!
They're not looking out for you.
He's gay!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included, and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Hey, it's the Joe and Alex Show, and we're about to hear from Austin Brown, who's going to show us his song, In Betweenin' and Tickle Our Ear Holes.
Here's the part where things get messy. Here's the part where we say what we haven't before. Diving in, never been more ready, and I just can't wait anymore. Take a chance if you feel what I'm feeling. Got my heart like a drum banging 4 on the floor, and I'm with you, yeah, we're dancing on the ceiling. So tell me what you're waiting for. All my life, hoping, praying, wishing that I would find the one for me. Why waste time? Hoping, praying, wishing when I could give you what you need. Baby, we're all or nothing. Yeah, there's no in between there with you. Baby, we're all or nothing when I'm caught in these feelings with you. Right now we're more than friends, but less than lovers, so we just can't pretend we want each other. So we're all or nothing. Yeah, there's no in between there with you. Here's the part where you say that you need me. Here's the part where I draw that line in the sand. Up to you, you can love me or leave me, but I'll treat you like no one else can. All my life, hoping, praying, wishing that I would find the one for me. Why waste time? Hoping, praying, wishing when I could give you what you need. Baby, we're all or nothing. Yeah, there's no in between it with you. Baby, we're all caught in these feelings with you. Right now we're more than friends, but less than lovers. We just can't pretend we don't want each other. So we're all or nothing. Yeah, there's no in between it with you. No in between it. Oh yeah, no in between it with you. No in between it when I'm caught in these feelings with you.
That was Austin Brown performing here in the backstage studio. As a matter of fact, you can see all the performances that we have with him online at radionowindy.com. Now, Liv, I see your heart pitter-pattering over there. What did you think of that performance?
He just makes my little teenage heart flutter. So cute.
Gosh.
Really, really good.
Do you think Austin Brown and Austin Mahone are related?
No.
No, because one's Brown and one's Mahone.
Oh, right. Well, both their first names are Austin.
That's not how it works.
I don't think that works.
Same thing, two kids, right?
That is not how it works. All right, well, hey, let's keep this going, actually. You just saw the performance. Let's see the interview that our buddy Elliot King did with him. Elliot King, by the way, you can check him out weekdays on Radio Now 100.9 from 3 to 7 p.m.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world? You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy. Oh, is it overshared again?
Yeah.
I'm going to call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're going to get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm going to get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
It's the Joe and Alex Show, and we've got Elliot, our afternoon guy, a.k.a. the blonde bombshell, a.k.a. Babeliot. I just made that up. It didn't come out as good as I thought of it in my head. But he actually got to talk to Austin Brown about the inspiration behind his song In Between, and let's see what he had to say.
What's up? It's Elliot King, a.k.a. the blonde bombshell Elliot, here at the Radio Now 100.9 studios, joined by Austin Brown.
How's it going?
How's it going, man? Thanks for stopping by. So you came by, sang a couple songs for us.
I did.
Tell us about like the inspiration and the process of the songs. Let's start with In Between.
Okay. So for In Between, that was honestly one of the first songs I wrote like professionally, like in a studio. But that basically just came about. We just were messing around with like chords and like different like piano sounds and like guitar sounds and stuff. And then we came up with this melody to stick with. And then I just had some lyrics like in my notes on my phone, and I just like kind of threw it out there, and they were like, that's a great topic.
Yeah.
Basically, just that awkward zone in the start of the relationship where you're like not sure if you're dating or if you're just like, you know, friends.
Is this from like personal experience? Like, have you been in this awkward friend zone with some people before?
I have.
Are you currently there now?
Yeah, I am.
What are some signs that you're in the friend zone? What are you looking for? Like, oh, I thought we were more than that, but now we're just, okay.
Maybe if like she brings up like this guy she really likes in front of you, and you're just like, oh,
dang.
Ow.
You gonna talk to me about that?
Yeah, that's when you're kind of like.
That's when you know.
We're there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, rest in peace to those relationship goals, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
You also have another song called Mean.
Yeah, Mean.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
Okay, so Mean is basically about, it's this fantasy song. It's not about anyone in particular. But in the studio, we kind of based it off this idea of just like this love interest that is just so perfect and beautiful. And they don't realize that. But if they were, they'd probably be mean. Like mean popular girl, you know?
Yeah,
they're
like the mean girls.
I got it. Whereas this girl's like, you know,
she doesn't
like
know it yet.
Shy. But she's great.
But do we keep it a secret from her, and so she doesn't become mean?
Yeah, definitely keep it a secret.
Like, oh, you only look okay. You're not that hot.
That's not where I was going, but yeah.
I thought we just try to keep them humble.
Yeah.
So what's your process like writing? Do you like just write random lyrics throughout the day? Something comes to your head, or you like play something on the instruments, or what?
I mean, honestly, it depends on the day. But like some days I'll just be like in my feels, you know, and I gotta just pull out the notes on my phone and I just like start writing down like feelings or whatever, and then I just kind of like in my mind, like as I'm doing that, convert them into like catchy like lines.
Ah, okay.
And then I love doing that because going into the studio, I like starting from scratch with just like a rhythm or like a melody of something. And then we're just like kind of spitballing, and then I pull out my notes and I just like read off these lyrics that I've already known. And then everyone's like, perfect, let's go off that.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay. So you started like with covers and stuff.
Yeah.
Can you remember the moment like when you went viral on the internet? You was like, yo, my IG, well, I got a notification, somebody liked this. I'm like, oh, a bunch of people like this. Dang, IG is blowing up right now. Do you remember that kind of day, that moment? Was it a moment? Was it a couple days? How did that happen?
It was definitely like a week where it was just like growing.
Yeah.
So, but I remember one video almost has like 800,000 views. And it has, I looked at the impressions of how many people have like actually viewed it.
Yeah.
And it's like over 1 million.
Dang.
Which is like crazy for an Instagram video.
Right.
So that was the first video that like within like a week just like went off.
Yeah.
And that was kind of one where I was like, okay, like this is happening. This is pretty dope.
So you have like over 300,000 followers. Give us a sense of what that's like, because I only have 12. Not 12,000, 12 total followers. So what's it like having that many followers?
I don't know. I mean, I got like my personal like Snapchat and like my personal like accounts.
Yeah.
And I can always just like DM friends like you know. But I mean, I don't know. I just keep it like business. I try not to like, you know, be on like my main. Usually when I'm going on Instagram, I'll be going to like my private account.
Oh, okay.
It's just like my friends.
Like your burner account?
Yeah.
Do you use it to like interact with your fans and stuff? Like if they're commenting on videos or?
Oh yeah, for sure. I always like, a lot of fans make edits, which I think is sick. They make like, they just take like videos from like your past or like a picture, and then they just like splice it into this video and they edit it all up and like work their magic, and it turns out great.
Yeah.
So I like to like those, share the love, post them on my story, because it's cool.
Yeah, because people on the internet are genius. Like they make
a
ton of stuff.
A lot of kids
Like,
my
how did you
age
do
are
that?
just like amazing at like, I don't know, technology.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
What are some artists that you like maybe pattern yourself or you listen to inspire you to, you know, create your own music?
So definitely #1 artist would be Julia Michaels. Yeah.
Okay.
I just find a lot of inspiration through like every one of her songs. Like I'll just like listen to it once and I'm like, that's a good song. And then I listen to it like 5 more times and I'm like, I'm obsessed with the song now.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all her songs for me.
Yeah.
So I like to draw a lot of inspiration just because like she's so good at like melodies.
Yeah.
It's just like everything just sounds like spot on. A+.
That was Austin Brown and Elliott King. What an awesome performance. What an awesome interview. You can check out everything online at radionowindy.com. And don't forget, Elliott King's on weekdays from 3 to 7 p.m. All right, coming up next, I want to know, why did people stray? I want to know why maybe you guys strayed. That's coming up on the Joe and Alex Show on Radio Now.
Hey, look, those guys. Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be?
You go and step out of the vehicle for me?
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So it turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing. And it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Because of you, I felt not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
Welcome back to the Joe and Alex Show. Don't forget, you can follow us on social media. Just search for Joe and Alex Show. We're on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find us all right there, too. Now, this survey came out. It had surveyed about 2,000 people, men and women, and it found a common thing here, and it was the number one reason why they cheated or strayed in a relationship. Any guesses here on why somebody might have went and looked for somebody else?
I'd say emotional needs not being met.
All right, that's actually pretty close. Liv The Web Girl.
I think maybe like weight gain.
Why do you always
You're unattracted to your partner?
Like
Did my wife say
maybe-
something?
No, I'm not. I don't mean, and I don't mean this as like it's a bad thing or that like cheating's okay, but maybe like their partner has like gained an excessive amount of weight and like they're no longer like attracted to them, or their partner is no longer confident, so they don't want to, flip the pancakes anymore. I'm not saying cheating's right. It's just my guess.
I'm weird talking about this because I've actually cheated before.
What?
Yeah.
What? I don't think we knew this.
Isn't that kind of common among like the gay, lifestyle?
LGBTQ?
No, not at all. That's definitely a
okay.
stereotype. But
Okay.
actually, I was going to say I cheated because I used to work at this certain fast food place, and I went to another fast food place to try their French fries, and they were good.
All right.
You're canceled. You're
And-
blocked.
You need to really take a
No,
show off.
I don't
okay?
think you understand. You can't. That's like us listening to some other radio station or something.
All right, Porkchop's canceled.
Done.
Thank you. Yeah, just Liv, do me a favor, turn his mic off, or
Okay.
I'll turn it
I'll
off.
turn his chair around.
Okay, well, that's kind of interesting. Honestly, out of anybody on the show, I'd suspect that Porkchop would be the cheater. Alex, you're very faithful. I wouldn't see that of you. Liv, you've been cheated on, so you know what that's like.
Someone's trying to cover something. Go ahead.
I have been cheated on like 8 billion times. So.
Wow. Did you know you when you were being cheated on, by the way?
I found out, the next day or like that night.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of there were multiple times. So other times I didn't know until months after the fact.
How'd you find? Am I allowed to ask how you found out?
You have to ask. How'd you find out?
One of the times all my friends were out of formal, so all my friends told me, and so he ended up telling me because it was inevitable that I was going to find out. Another time, my boyfriend and my best friend were missing on the vacation we were at on our senior trip.
Wait, did you call the police? You're like,
no,
hey, they're
they
missing.
were
Hurry.
We were on a cruise ship, so we knew that they were on the boat, but they were missing. So everyone knew what had been happening.
Oh, no.
'Cause apparently someone saw them making out earlier. Then another time,
It's
I
like
had
a
the
scene
guy
in the
tell
Titanic.
me after the fact. I mean, just every way.
I mean, on the cruise ship, if the boats are rocking, don't come a knocking. That's what they say. All right, hey, Jessica, let's kick things off with you. Why did you cheat?
I was bored. I was young. I was just not ready. At this point, I had 2 kids and a husband.
Well, what do you mean by bored? Like you were bored in the relationship in general, like just were unhappy, or you were bored with something specific, like you were bored with how he flipped pancakes?
I was not happy with the flipping of pancakes. It was just emotion. And I'm going to tell you something that only a few people know.
Yes.
I never got the
big O?
Yes. Of the flipping of the pancakes with him.
Whoa, I cannot imagine that.
My gosh. So were you faking it the whole time?
Yes. If I wanted to get highlighted, I would have to do it manually.
Whoa! How long were you with this person?
For 9 years. I have been with my current husband for almost 20, and every time I highlight 20
Wow,
times.
that's a long time not to,
Can't believe she stuck it out that long. He didn't stick it out long enough, obviously. But
Okay, it's not the size of the sticking. Jeez, Alex.
That's crazy. I mean, she stayed for 9 years, though. That's crazy. I know some people say, that's not the only part to a relationship, but when you're married, that becomes a big part. It's not everything, but it is a part of it.
my friend's parents went to this marriage conference and they were talking about sex and relationships, and this woman who's now in her 80s and has 11 kids.
I don't know
said
if I
that
want to hear this anymore.
After she had her 11th child, she went to a marriage conference and somebody had told her, hey, you are supposed to experience a highlight. during flipping pancakes. She did not know that.
What?
She had never had one after she was like, at that time, she was probably in her like 40s or something.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
She had never known, after having 11 kids, she had never had one. Her husband didn't know. She didn't know. They just were making babies. That's it. And so finally then, after she was like in her 40s, then she started experiencing like good flipping pancakes.
With her husband still?
Yeah, and now she's like in her 80s.
Okay, I don't want to hear about like my grandma's age.
No, it has a happy ending.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay, no, but I don't want to think about my grandma flipping pancakes. That is disgusting.
Let's get a drink after that. It's Joe's Drink of the Week with the Joe and Alex Show.
Hey, welcome to Joe's Drink of the Week. I am Joe Pesh from the Joe and Alex Show, weekday mornings on Radio Now 100.9. And this studly guy with the beard, his name is Eric, and he's from the Red Room here in Indianapolis. Eric, let's get into the drinks this week, man.
You thirsty?
Very thirsty. That was this week's drink. Join us next week for another Joe's Drink of the Week. That was Joe's Drink of the Week, and we call that one the Bracket Buster. You can check out all the drinks online at RadioNowIndy.com. We'll be back in just 1 second here on the Joe and Alex Show and wrap up this week's show.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
America's veterans are on the tour of their lives. At DAV, we're on a mission to help veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
All right, we are to the end of the Joe and Alex Show this week. Don't cry, it's okay. We'll be back again. Wow, you guys are really emotional today. We had a lot of great stuff. Hold on. We had a lot of great stuff. We had Joe's Drink of the Week, the Bracket Buster, very tasty. Alex, your trigger was on point once again.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, Elliot King, who's on weekdays from 3 to 7 here on Radio Now, had an awesome interview and a cool performance we had with Austin Brown. You can check all that out online at RadioNowIndy.com.
You guys, I have a confession to make.
Ooh, okay, go ahead, Usher. What do you got?
I don't like myself when I'm talking about LeBron James.
Wow.
I don't like the person I turn into and I become, but I have no option and I have no choice. And it's just, I'm going to watch it back and see what I think. I'm going to just try to contain myself a little bit more because I get real fired up when you bring up LeBron James.
Well, the LeBron fans that are watching, all two of them, I'm sure they'll appreciate that.
There we go.
True.
It is kind of scary how you turn into a different person when you bring up LeBron James.
I don't like it about myself.
It's sports in general. It's not just LeBron.
I know. It's like a part of me gets taken over by some sort of sports god.
We didn't even bring up sports related this week on the show about Gronk retiring. I'm surprised you didn't lose it there.
I was sad.
I lost that in my bed sobbing with tissues and like ice cream last night. So that's a whole other side of me that I, again, not a big fan of.
Well, if you want to see, for example, Liv in bed crying with ice cream and tissues everywhere, you can follow us on social media. The show for Twitter and Instagram is at Joe and Alex Show. My social media is Joe Pesh Radio.
I am at Yo Alex Raps with a Z.
I'm at Liv Karis.
I'm at Producer Porkchop.
All right, that will do it for this week's edition of the Joe and Alex Show. Don't worry, we'll be back next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
WNOW Speedway, Indianapolis.
Radio Now 100.9, Indy's new music leader.
Fire! And home of the Joe and Alex Show.